On his first full day as the president-elect, Joe Biden has been reflecting on his victory at a church service in Delaware. President Trump has found solace, meanwhile, on the golf course, though on Twitter he continues to assert that the election has been stolen. His wife Melania has tweeted that every legal, not illegal vote should be counted. Kamala Harris will make history, becoming the first female, first black and first Asian American vice president. She says voters have sent America's children a message to dream with ambition. The UK Prime Minister has said he's looking forward to working with Mr Biden on climate change, as well as on international trade and security. Mr Biden has in the past described the current Prime Minister as a clone of Donald Trump. And away from the United States, the Queen has attended a ceremony to mark Remembrance Sunday to honour the dead from the two world wars. People across the UK have observed a 2-minute silence.
Believe in something, then you should know that if it's worth fighting for, it's a fight worth having. First of all, there are going to be many times when you're going to be the only one like you in a room.
I extend a very warm welcome to Judge Kavanaugh,
to have a meaningful
to his wife, Ashley.
Nominee. And the thing I want you to remember is this. When you are in that room, we are all in that room with you, cheering you on. So chin up, shoulders back, and you use your voice and you speak for all of the people who are so proud you are in that room and want their voice to be projected through you. The other piece of advice I will give you is surround yourself with really good friends. Have people around you who cheer you on and applaud you and support you and are honest with you and tell you, you know, when your breath stinks. But people who will celebrate your successes, because you deserve to have that. These are moments in our country where the beauty of the design of our democracy is being tested. My mother raised us with a belief that we could do anything. Her point was, don't let anybody tell you who you are, you tell them who you are. There's a certain amount of courage that probably comes with the confidence in knowing that if you believe in something, then you should know that if it's worth fighting for, it's a fight worth having. And so have the courage to have that fight.
U.S. President-elect Joe Biden is pledging to unify a divided country after a deeply contentious election. That was his main theme in a victory speech on Saturday evening. However, incumbent President Donald Trump still refuses to concede and is pledging to fight on in the courts. Biden was named the victor by major media outlets, despite votes still being counted in some crucial states. A projected win in Pennsylvania reportedly has given Biden enough electoral college votes to take the White House. Major media outlets say Biden has won the state.
I pledge to be a president who seeks not to divide, but unify. Who doesn't see red states and blue states, only sees the United States.
Biden's running mate Kamala Harris is set to become the country's first female vice president. She is set to assume the post as the first African American and Asian American. President Trump issued a statement after the media reported Biden's win. He said, "The simple fact is, this election is far from over." Trump has been actively engaged on social media, tweeting claims of rampant voter fraud. Some of his messages have been flagged by Twitter as disputed or misleading. But with Trump's legal team preparing their court battles, the president has shown no sign he's ready to concede. And world leaders say they're looking forward to working with the next administration led by Joe Biden in the Middle East. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he's looking forward to further strengthening the special alliance between the U.S. and Israel. Netanyahu posted on Twitter that he and Biden have had a personal relationship for nearly 40 years. Meanwhile, Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas released a statement. Abbas said he also wants to cooperate with the incoming U.S. administration to achieve freedom, independence, justice, and dignity for the Palestinians. And the head of the World Health Organization also expects improved relations with the U.S. Amid the coronavirus pandemic, the Trump administration intends to withdraw from the WHO starting next year. Biden said that he would reverse that decision once he takes office. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus wrote on Twitter that the pandemic demonstrated the importance of global solidarity in protecting lives and livelihoods. The transition to a new U.S. administration will have implications for the rest of the world. People in Japan have been speaking about their expectations for the next president's handling of global issues. Japanese Prime Minister Suga Yoshihide was among the world leaders who congratulated Biden. Suga tweeted that he's looking forward to further strengthening Japan's alliance with the U.S. People in the Japanese cities that were devastated by the U.S. nuclear attacks in 1945 also have high hopes for the president-elect. Biden was the vice president when Barack Obama became the first sitting U.S. leader to visit Hiroshima. The survivors want Biden to make progress in eliminating the deadly weapons.
I want Biden to urge the nuclear powers and countries under the nuclear umbrella to take action. I want him to visit the Peace Memorial Museum and the atomic bomb dome and directly hear the stories of the hibakusha.
U.S. foreign policy is also important for the families whose loved ones were abducted by North Korea. Izuka Shigeo, the representative of the abductees' families, told NHK they hope Biden will take over Trump's pledge to help resolve the issue. People in other Asian countries are also closely following the U.S. election. In China, some people expressed hope that China-U.S. ties and world peace will be advanced. In August 2011, a restaurant in Beijing hosted a group of U.S. officials, including Joe Biden. At that time, he was vice president in Barack Obama's administration. The owner of the casual eatery said Biden dined in the same hall as ordinary customers so he could talk with them.
He was very funny. It was a relaxed atmosphere, as if friends who are familiar with him were gathering and enjoying themselves.
The restaurant customers voiced their expectations of Biden.
I think U.S. relations will improve and there will be many benefits. The two countries should develop together and bring happiness to the world.
Johns Hopkins University in the United States says more than 50 million cases of COVID-19 have now been reported worldwide. The university says the number of cases went from 40 million to 50 million in just 21 days. The pace has been speeding up. Authorities in European countries are fighting another serious surge in infections as temperatures there fall. In Japan, the northern prefecture of Hokkaido continues to report high numbers of confirmed cases. Hokkaido health officials reported 153 new infections on Sunday. It's the fourth day in a row that the daily tally for the prefecture has exceeded 100. Starting Saturday, bars and nightclubs in Sapporo's entertainment district were asked to close at 10 p.m. as a preventive measure.
We knew requests for shorter operating hours would be coming. It's a severe blow for our business.
More than 109,000 cases have been reported so far across Japan. Over 1,800 people have died. An international gymnastics competition has taken place in Tokyo. It was the first international meet for an Olympic event to be held in Japan since the coronavirus outbreak began. Athletes from 4 countries, Japan, the U.S., Russia, and China, took part in the competition on Sunday. International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach sent a video message.
This is a very important signal for the entire world of sport, giving us confidence in our preparations for future events, in particular, of course, with a view to the postponed Olympic Games Tokyo 2020.
Organizers have taken strict anti-coronavirus measures in preparation for the Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics in 2021. A limited number of spectators were allowed to enter the venue. Young protesters in Thailand have staged another major anti-government rally in the capital. Demonstrators occupied a traffic intersection in central Bangkok on Sunday. They repeated their demands for Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha's resignation, constitutional amendments, and reform of the monarchy. The government has asked the protesters to join a reconciliation panel the parliament plans to set up to help calm the situation, but they have rejected the invitation.
There is no way we will reconcile these issues through talks until government reforms clear up all the fraud that exists now.
The protesters later marched toward the royal palace, but police blocked the way and sprayed water on them, injuring at least 5 people.